Good evening, this is Artie Lang speaking after an extensive trip into rehab. Now below £699 of bloated, drug-induced euphoria and having missed only 6 days of work in 4 years, I find myself in the phenomenal, gorgeous golden hallways of the $6.99 studio just to the northwest of Blake Coram Championship Boulevard. April 7th, 2024 marks a once-in-a-100-year silver bull market and generational wealth transfer. Are you on the winning side? Old Vincenzo urges you to smash that like button, subscribe down below, super chat to support the channel, and keep the truth and integrity flowing as we build an army of Truth One jabroni killer at a time. See, yes, ponder, why gold and silver bullion? How can I change your life for you and your family? Turning what seems to be small amounts of money into generational wealth that can be passed down from generation to generation with a simple handoff of precious, beautiful, gorgeous.
Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing on this gorgeous, glowing, stunning, beautiful sunrise on the 11th day of April, steadily marching our way into the heart of the springtime season in the greater Bloomington metropolitan area in central Illinois, with rainy, dreary, seasonably chilly with a northwest wind and a temperature of 51 degrees J. I ask you to bell notification, comment down below, subscribe, and share to get that truth and information you've come to expect and demand from the #1 XRP gold and silver bullion insider on social media and exclusively here on YouTube. And you can see gold flat, as this is our daily update at 7 a.m. Eastern for gold and silver bullion and mining stocks. Gold flat, strictly U.S. inflation's tempers hopes for early rate cuts. U.S. stocks tumble, yields jump as hot CPI or consumer price index dashes rate cut hopes. And let's take a Reuters. Let's see if they let us read this. Gold prices were little changed on Thursday as the United States dollar and Treasury yields firmed. Hotter than expected inflation tempered hopes for an early interest rate cut. And here's the dirty little secret here. Say the Fed can't lower rates, which would be very bullish for gold because it debases the dollar. And if you're debasing the dollar, it makes the price in dollars go up, right? But if they can't raise rates or lower rates because inflation is running hotter than expected, that inflation itself is very, very bullish for gold. So the Fed, the United States government, the American consumers, and the United States dollar is essentially in a no-win situation, because if they lower interest rates and stimulate the economy with looser money and fiscal policy, the price of gold bullion goes up because the United States dollar gets debased, right? And when the dollar goes down, when the dollar index goes down because you're debasing the currency, the price of gold in dollars skyrockets. Contrary, if they can't lower rates because inflation is steaming and running hotter and picking up steam again, that's also very bullish for gold, because inflation is bullish for gold, because if inflation is running higher, if inflation is running very, very strong, the price of gold goes up because it has to account for that inflation, right? So it's a no-win situation for the Fed. It's a win-win situation for mining stock and gold bullion and silver bullion holders. But for consumers, it's a no-win situation because things are going to cost more because the dollar is being debased. Spot gold was unchanged at $2,337.99 per ounce, as we've been forecasting at Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing $2,500 gold since I came on this channel in April of 2021. I thought it would have happened last year. It did not. I thought it would happen in 2023. It did not. But $2,500 gold seems inevitable in 2024. U.S. gold futures odds 0.3% higher. The U.S. dollar index, the DXY, is the chart that we follow for the dollar, because the more the dollar is down, the higher gold prices go. in stocks and whatnot, especially gold though, because that directly correlates with it. It's inversely correlated. A rising dollar, a falling gold price. A falling dollar, a rising gold price, right? In the U.S. Consumer Price Index increased more than expected in March amid rises in the cost of gasoline and shelter, which are one of the two most important things: gasoline, heating oil, fuel, energy, and shelter, and food would be the other one. So these are two very, very painful ones to go up. The Federal Reserve will start cutting interest rates in June. Fed outlined officials worried last month that the progress on inflation might have stalled, making a longer period of tight monetary policy necessary, according to the minutes of the U.S. central banks and criminal gangsters' March 19th and 20th meeting. Higher interest rates reduced the appeal of holding non-yielded gold. The Shanghai Futures Index, the SHFE, will impose trading limits on its gold and copper contracts, it said on Wednesday, following sharp price rallies by both metals. Siberian Stillwater, the SSW, said it may look to raise about $500 million through prepayment arrangements such as a so-called metals streaming to shore up its cash position, even as the company sees an improvement in the metals price and the market outlook. Angelino American Platinum AMS has not received officials for any of its South African assets, the mining company chief executive said, following speculation over possible sale of its higher cost operation. Silver spot price $27.89. Old Vincenzo's continues to promote a once in a generation, a once in 100-year generational wealth transfer in a silver bullion bull market along in the mining sphere, right? So that's what's going on there. And a little bit of the TA on the gold bullion. The gold bullion today was down yesterday. It's at the new candle now, but it did, I believe, it was slightly up yesterday, but pretty much even as it's coming up against major overhead resistance. Uh, Not major overhead resistance, but trying to find a new price plateau where the first consolidation is going to be, and I still believe it's $2,500. As the $2,500 price has been up here since we made this channel in 2021, and it finally made it just a little bit, took a little bit longer than we thought. But you can see that cup and handle that we have from the big pump from the financial crisis, and there's your cup. Let's draw this out: financial crisis, cup, rounding bottom, top, right? This was your handle right here, and now we're breaking out. And I think we are going to get up to $2,500, and then we might have a meaningful correction. But right now, they don't show you the volume in here. The candles are still powerful, and it's still very, very bullish right now. Same thing in the silver price, but the silver price is breaking out because the silver price is way behind gold. Gold has hit all-time highs repeatedly, but you're not hearing that on the news. You're not touting the Bitcoin or when the Bitcoin price is nearing all-time highs or just doing anything to the positive. They continue to promote it on TV. Gold prices have been surging and at record highs now for the whole year. It's off to one of its best starts in its history. It's been above $2,000 the whole year of 2024, besides 1 or 2 days, and it's repeatedly broken all-time highs this year, seemingly once a week. But it's not on MSNBC, it's not on CNN, it's not on the mainstream media or anywhere on social media. It's a stealth, silent, overted, and suppressed bull market because the powers that be do not want the retail traders and the general public to be aware of what's actually going on, that their currency is being vastly, steadily, and fastly debased, and essentially blowing up and making their local currency essentially useless, and the purchasing power going to nothing, and the price of silver and gold bullion and the rest of the commodity sectors are all at all-time highs or nearing all-time highs, with silver lagging the sphere. And I think we're just about to start to break out here after we break out of this local area, this beautiful, beautiful bull flag. I think this rally in silver will really start to take a forceful, fast rally, and these silver mining stocks, I believe, will very, very quickly go up. And I did go, and I'll show you my 3 holdings in the mining sector that I think could 10 or potentially 20x, and those are the ones we're going to look at today. Pan America Silver, I have about 120 shares, right? And the price at the close, it was down today. So any kind of consolidation now after this nice run are good buying opportunities. And Pan America Silver, this thing's been out for a very long time. You can see right now it's still very, very cheap. It's coming up to the moving averages as we have rallied recently right there. But this is still very, very cheap. I think this is a triple top up here. One, two, three. Financial crisis, dump, right? Another rally right after the dump to end the financial crisis, then massive flush. 2016, the commodity market woke up after a 5 or 6 year bear market, and then we had a nice consolidation into a couple of year bear market, and then a massive pump during the COVID, and then we had that triple top and a nice rejection. But we've had a steady up decline, a steady underneath rising lower support, and I think with this silver bull market, I think the Pan America Silver is going to be one of these that breaches its old all-time high, which is at $43 a share, which is a one bag or a 100% move from now. And I think it could 1 or 200% move from there. And in a few years, you could be looking at a 35 to 75 or even $80 a share Pan America Silver. In any kind of down day or down week, I would be looking to accumulate, and I will be accumulating. And I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I play one on this radio show. This is just my own personal opinions on the market and what I am personally doing myself, and what I think is going to be a very, very good play over the long term, which I've been accumulating my position in the mining sector for 4 or 5 years now. And now we are really starting to accumulate quite the portfolio. We've had a quite the massive rally in First Majestic Silver. I do own 500 shares of First Majestic Silver, and we did close at today in First Majestic at $7.91. We're up about 65, 64% on the position. If this does have any kind of retracement, I will be buying more. I should have bought more when I bought my last 300 shares when it tagged at lower support down around $4.80-ish cents, right? But I did not, so we would be looking to buy more. But this is another one that I think could 20x itself from $4 or $5. I think in the next 2 or 3 years in a massive once in a generation bull market in silver, you could see this pull Mr. Copper too, and this could be another one that 10 or 20 X's, and we're sitting here at 30, 40, $50 a share in First Majestic Silver, as it's a major player in the silver business. It's a very, very good company, and it's been waiting for a massive bull market in silver to correct with the inflation to more properly price the precious metal that silver bullion is, because it is one of, if not the best conductors of electricity. It is a monetary metal. It is um, a monetary metal and a industrial metal, and it is a double threat of not only being a store of value and a means of money, real money, God's money, hard money. It is a metal that is used in cell phones, in construction, electricity, everything, right? Computers, cars, rockets, everything. I think this is going to be a phenomenal bull run here, and I would be buying and accumulating this on any significant dip, which there could be one sometime in the short term as it's coming up against a major overhead moving average. But I think before you know it, this thing's going to be at old all-time highs, and then it's going to be too late, and you're going to buy the top. And this is one that I think is going to make life-changing money for a lot of people that were buying the big, long bear market in gold and silver bullion, and one of the ones that I think could run just like First Majestic is Fortuna Silver Mines, right? And I have 400 shares now of Fortuna Silver Mines, and it has rallied nicely off of its lows. And this is another one after it breaks out of major mountain double top. I think this is another one that could go up towards $20 or $30 an ounce, or $20 or $30 per share in Fortuna Silver. It was down on the day yesterday, 1.25%. It did have a nice rally after it was down 4 or 5% right out of the chute. You can see right out of the chute right here, it was down 4 or 5% very, very quickly. It dipped once and it dipped yesterday, but it did recover quite nicely. And I would look for some sort of consolidation, maybe down into this red trading zone. And if you did get a consolidation down into here, that would be a very nice buying opportunity, as that would be a very, very healthy bullish consolidation after a very, very big pump from regional lows just since February. You are up better than, god damn, 81%. I didn't realize it was that high. 81% move in Fortuna Silver Mines since its very, very brief low of only a couple of days down here. And then we've had a very, very, very strong rally ever since then. Like, subscribe, and